sat at a coffee shop called Village Cafe, and I started writing a book called Parades, Pocketbooks and Problems. The security and risk management, security risk specialist, and I thought I knew it all. And this book started out of the frustration in the security industry and why certain things does not work. And before I got myself, this book developed into a complaining letter to my boss. I started explaining to him why I can't do my job. I got frustrated by the fact that things don't go the way I want it to go. And then I realized the more I write, the more I'm answering myself. And all I realized after about 2 weeks is that I do not communicate with my staff. I do not drive any message to them. And the next morning I woke up at 6 o'clock and I joined them at the parade. And I started talking to my staff. When I will fast forward 2 years, I left Weca Security, great company I worked for, and I started doing my own thing. And then I started consulting businesses in not only risk, but then management, change management, and leadership. And one thing I realized throughout all the companies was there is no communication. Started implementing meetings, the boss walks in and says, "Come, you're wasting our time, let's get over with." And I said, "You know that there is a king-size bed in this hotel which has got one set of sheets." "It's impossible, there's 8 sets of king-size sheets." I said, "This comes out of the staff meeting." And I realized that CEOs, managing directors, general managers do not make the time to spend with their staff finding out what's going on and getting the feedback back. Then I decided I'm going to write a book. But I didn't finish the first one. I can. And I started a book by the name, Does Your Janitor Know Where You're Going? Because we have a message, we set the strategic plannings at the beginning of the year, and we spend a lot of money on it, and we tell each other how good we're going to do this year. What is the vision of the company? Where are we going? And then we expect that managers to drive the message down to the janitor. And what happens? The janitor resigns after 3 months because somebody gives him a $5 raise, $20 raise, and he leaves. And what happens? Our lower ranking officers leaves the employee on a 3-6 month base. And some of you are HR managers that sit here tonight, and you know what the cost is of retraining, re-employing lower level staff. So I got frustrated by the fact that these guys on the floor do not buy into the company's vision. And I started trying linking these two. And then on a network event last year, I met Dr. Rowan. Now, being passionate, voicing my concerns about driving the message, Rowan said to me, "Let's have a coffee tomorrow, because the network event is too short a time." And the next morning we sat at a coffee bar. Half an hour, he said. 12 o'clock I must leave. I think it was about 11:30. At 3:30, my wife called me and said, "Penny, are you going to come pick me up at work?" 4 hours later, we couldn't get enough of discussing and arguing about these points. And I realized I've got a partner in crime. This guy understands what I'm saying. Now, in the beginning it was like this. "You can't say that, Penny. No, you have to put it away this." And I'll leave that to Rowan so he explains a little bit further. And then we decided, but that book name needs to change. And then TEDx came along. And then I said, okay, but what if we do a TEDx speech on this, if I do that, and we then write a book with the same title? And on the Wednesday morning before TEDx, the title was The Call of the Cabbage. Changed from Does Your Janitor Know Where You're Going to The Call of the Cabbage. Then I moved on the Wednesday morning. I phoned Brunt and I said, "Brunt, help, I'm in trouble. This just not gel. I don't feel it." And Rowan was in Cape Town at that stage, and I WhatsApped him and his voice notes up and down. I said, it just does not work. And we moved around to why great leaders are catalysts. And the issue with that is we realized that leadership, and a lot of the big leaders today will tell you that people follow people. I want to tell you today, I don't believe that. People will trust you over a period of time and then they will follow you. So how are you going to, as a leader, get someone to follow you from the word go? You need a message. People will first follow a message before they follow a person. Jesus came to this earth and he said, I've got good news. John 3 verse 16 says, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. He preached the message of good hope. People followed the message. What happened? He was a catalyst for 2.4 billion Christians today. Does that make sense? If you have a message and you drive it, now you're becoming a catalyst leader. The other part is he had mentees, 12 mentees, disciples. If you have followers, it's one thing. If you have mentees that you train and teach to do what you do and duplicate who you are, now you are becoming a leader who trains other leaders to become leaders. Now you are a catalyst leader. And this is where we started driving this book. Rowan's going to tell you a lot more about it later on in the part. I want to leave this with you tonight. This book is not something that you're going to read like a storybook, give it to your wife and let her read it also. It's a book where I'm going to challenge you. You're going to have to be honest with yourself. But it's a book where you're going to go through a journey. You're going to write an assignment or two. It's things for yourself. It's not something that you lend to a buddy. But I would like to ask you one question tonight. What is your message and who are you going to tell? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.